believe that New Year's resolutions completely suck. It is now February. You probably thought at the beginning of the year, I'm gonna lose weight by the end of the year, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna declutter my whole house and do all of these other things. But in the grand scheme of things, New Year's resolutions don't work, and most people normally give up on them the first week of January. So if you're feeling like that and you actually want to create some goals that actually stick, whether you want to declutter your house, whether you want to take care of your health or anything like that, I'm going to show you in this week's video, and I'm actually going to share my personal goals as a bit of accountability for myself. I will go ahead and review this same video, let you know where I got up to in 1 year's time, coming back and looking at this same video to see whether or not I was able to stick to them, and you can join along as well. I'd love to know from you. Let me know in the comments what's the one thing that you're going to stick to this year, and you can use this video as a little bit of inspiration. Just let me know in the comments below. If this sounds like what you're interested in, give this video a like and a big thumbs up, and let's get into it. So over the years, I've never been one to stick to having a massive resolution, or I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna do that. I like to just think of one core goal that I want to be able to stick to throughout the year, and that can sometimes offshoot to be a number of different things along the way. So for me this year, I really want to spend more time on the things that matter to me, and I actually want to have more time to spend with my kids, to be able to focus on my own health and all of that stuff. And if you haven't followed along on my journey as well regarding my own health concerns, I'll put a link up to the video where I talk about my mouth ulcers and night sweats, and kind of it gives you a picture of kind of the health challenges that I'm coming up against, and the reason why I'm literally going through on a journey to not be a functional hot mess and not put it up as a badge of honor to have. So I really just want to be more organized. I want to be more calm. I want to have more time to spend with my family, which really does lead me on to how I'm going to go about doing that. So that's, I would say for you, the one core thing that you want to think about. What's the number one goal that you want to achieve over the year, this next 12 months or so? 11 months, maybe 12 months. So to be able to achieve this, I've broken this down into categories, and you could do the same thing. If you wanted to think about this more simply, you could either think about it, I want to focus on an area that relates to money, love, health, what relationships, whatever it is. But in my case, this time, I've broken it down into 3 categories. One of them being the home, the other being money, and the other being health. So those are the 3 areas that I want to take a look at and to kind of focus my attention on to help me achieve that overall one goal. So the first one is home, and that relates to decluttering my house. So I will still continue on my journey to remove the things that I don't need, just so I can spend less time spending my weekends cleaning up my house, organizing it, and all of that stuff. And well, I will have to do that obviously to be able to declutter, but overall in the long term, I want to have less stuff. Now this is also a challenge because my husband likes to keep things, and I like to get rid of things that I don't like. Why keep something if I haven't used it in the last 12 months or the last 2 years, last 5, 10 years? Why keep it? We don't need to keep it. It just accumulates and becomes more and more and more, and I just want to have less and less. So I'm working on that. But with that as well, I do have a box I have a number of boxes that are sitting in my garage that contain sentimental items from when I was a child, and have photos in there, sentimental photos, and I really want to figure out actually what am I going to do with all of those. I don't want to keep them in the hard copy format anymore. I want to be able to digitize them in some way, so then I can share it with other family members as well, so they can see them, because at the moment they're sitting in a box in my garage, and I always think, well, what about if moisture gets to it? What about if something happens? Then all of that is lost, and then it can't be shared with the rest of the family. So that's one of the things that I will go ahead and start looking at this year, and figuring out a way to kind of digitize all of those photos that I've got there. But it's easier said than done, because there's some things in there, like it's one of those things that I know is there and I'm procrastinating on it, but it's actually a little bit, there's a lot of emotional attachment to that, in a positive and in a negative way. So somehow I'm gonna have to figure out a way to kind of get rid of them, but then also it's like opening that box that you're like, oh my god, I don't want to open it, because all the emotions are gonna kind of flood out. and it's going to be pretty painful and hard to go ahead and do, but I'm going to share it with you, and you can come along with me on the journey if you're in exactly the same place as well. Now, the other category that I want to spend more time on and take a better look at is the money category. I really want to be able to budget a little bit better, allocate my funds, automate things along the way. And I have been reading some really good books as well to be able to help with that. One of them is The Barefoot Investor, which is an audio book that I've been reading. That's by, I can't remember the name of the author now, but I'll put it up here on the screen. And I've been listening to that on Audible, and that's been fantastic. Another book that I've been reading as well is I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi. And that's been incredible. So I did enjoy Ramit Sethi's book, but it was very US focused, whereas I listened to that first, and then I listened to The Barefoot Investor that gave it more of exactly the same content, essentially the same content, but it was more Australia focused. So in the money category, I will continue to keep listening to books and to start being more financially and money savvy. That's one of the things that I suppose I haven't been doing so much of in previous years. And I actually want to be more savvy about my money and how I'm using it, what I'm spending it on, what I'm doing with my money to help me in the future, to help me with retirement and all of that stuff. So that's one of the categories. The other category is health. Now, as I mentioned before, I'm struggling with health concerns myself. I suffer with really bad mouth ulcers, and it's one of the things that I'm suffering with today, and which actually made me think, oh, I shouldn't record a video. I have no makeup on, but I also do have really terrible mouth ulcers at the moment. But I was like, whatever, you know, I'm just being real. I'm just gonna record it anyway. So health is one of the categories and areas that I want to focus on as well this year to be able to help me in the future. I have been taking, for the past probably 6 months or so, have been taking supplements to really support me with my energy levels, with my focus, just general overall health and well-being. And to be honest, you know what it's like when you go into a store, you know, you go into the health store, and then there's like a multitude of like vitamins on the wall, vitamins you might call it, and you're like, which one do I choose? So I've actually been using a great supplement brand called Fightable here in Australia, and they've been fantastic, and it allows me to, it's a subscription, they send me my vitamins every month. This is not sponsored, by the way, I'm just saying I love it because I do, and I use it. They send me my vitamins every month. Before that, I had to take a quiz, which was really short and allowed me just to go through and just check, okay, what are my goals and what do I want to focus on? And then it sent me literally a list of vitamins that will be able to support me with that. And have to say that I've been really feeling great. So much better than I have been, like so much more calmer, having better sleep as a result of that. So yes, definitely continuing on with that and taking my vitamins. And using Fightable to support with that. But I also want to get healthier as well. But I don't want to do it in a way that I'm going to be going to the gym or anything. I did do that for a number of years, and probably I was in the best shape of my life. But what I do want to do, I love dancing, so I'm going to be going to dance classes again this year, and I cannot wait. So I think I've signed up for hip hop classes and for house as well. So I don't know what house is, but I'm just definitely going to give it a try. I know what house music is, but I didn't realize there was an actual genre to dance. So we'll see. I can't wait. It's going to be good. So those are the 3 areas that I'm going to be focusing on this year. So my home, money, and health. Focusing on those areas will help me to spend more time with my family. Being able to continue decluttering so that our house is less cluttered, more free from items that we don't need, but then allows us just to spend more time together and to do things together. Also looking at my money as well, and maybe how I could automate things so I don't need to spend more time figuring out all of that stuff and feeling frantic or not knowing when bills come up and you're like, oh my goodness, I didn't realize that bill was coming today, and do we have enough money for that? All of that, like, I just want to free myself from that and just be a little bit more organized. I'm generally an organized person, but I feel that I'm not ahead of the curve. I'm not ahead of my financial or money situation. So I definitely want to focus on that. And then the other is health. So I want you to do the same thing. So take a look at what's the overall goal that you want to achieve for the year. Just the one thing. Maybe in your case, it might be just living a more stress-free life. Or it could be that I actually want to travel more, or I travel more or go on more holidays. And if that's the case, well, what are the 3 or 4 areas that will help you to get there? Will it be money to help you achieve more of that? And will you need to take a better look at your finances over the year and be more financially savvy? Or is it about decluttering as well? Do you need to sell more items, or sell items that you have in your house that you know that you just don't need, that will support you to be able to travel more? Let's just say if it's in the relationships category, to be able to help you fund your travel goal. Is there someone that you need to connect with, or is it a family member that you want to go with you, or a partner or something like that? And build those better relationships to be able to support you to do your travel. That one, I suppose, kind of goes a bit around and roundabouts, but take a look at that. Take a look at what your goal is, what you want to achieve for the year, and to look at those 3 or 4 categories that will help you to achieve that over the year. And it doesn't need to be huge. I think we tend to put a lot of pressure on ourselves, like it has to be perfect and I have to get this right. Like, damn, like if you don't get it right, you don't get it right. Whatever. So we'll use this video as a little bit of, would say, public accountability for myself, and we'll see how we go in a year's time. Oh my goodness, I'm a little bit scared. If you have enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like. Now, if you are looking for ideas to help you declutter your home, here's a great video that I shared recently on ideas to help you declutter your closet, and you can go ahead and check it here. Until next time, bye.